Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Comm Box. I'm Saiyami Kher and I have Parthiv Patel with me. Parthiv, what's happening here? 57 for 4 and 10 overs, because one expected them to at least have a steady start, but they have most of their top order sitting back in the pavilion.
Yeah, especially after so many games have happened on this ground. So you expect team to approach differently. You want to keep your wickets in hand. You don't want to force so many shots. Like Quinton did, he did get that start. He reached to 18, but again he tried to play that shot which wasn't on this pitch. A normal flat wicket, he would have maybe able to execute that. But here I think that again South Africa did surprise with that approach, especially after so many games have been played on this ground.
Even Aiden Markram, I think, played the wrong line. Considering you've played on this pitch before and it's much better than what they played against Netherlands. So having played that, having won the toss, having decided to bat first, it all doesn't seem to have added up.
Yeah, it is. See, obviously, it's not the easiest pitch to bat on, and obviously, they've both the victories which they had. They hardly, they played 18 overs in both the games, and against Netherlands, they would have actually should have actually lost that game. But David Miller played an outstanding knock. But yeah, I think that's something which surprised me, and it is an ideal wicket for someone like Aiden Markram.
Yes.
That's just a test match kind of a knock which you want. You want someone like Aiden Markram to just play till 17th, 18th over, and everyone else, because of the kind of batting lineup which South Africa has, you want someone like Aiden Markram to play that anchor role we talk about. But unfortunately, they are struggling. Aiden Markram is struggling with his form. He didn't get runs in IPL. Here also, he's not getting those runs, and especially when you've not got runs and you have to come here and play on this difficult condition. So same happened with Anrich also. He played that wrong line. Tristan Stubbs played away from the body.
Just checking the shot, it was coming on slower.
Correct. I mean, those are the dismissals which we saw yesterday. We saw Shivam Dubey getting out like that. We saw Ravindra Jadeja getting out like that. So you would expect an international side to learn from that and then try and change their approach. But South Africa did not do that.
Well, we'll have a look at Bangladesh's bowling card, because they've been very impressive. They've clearly learned from everyone who've played on this ground, especially Tanzim picking up those 3 wickets for in his 3 overs. And it almost looked like they were all playing for the ball coming in, but it was just holding its line.
Yeah, I mean, that's something which both Taskin and Tanzim were trying to do. They were just trying to come in and hit that 4th stump length, that back of the length, that test match length, which we always talk about. And that is the reason why they got success. You want pitch to do something, and that length is actually, it's an ideal length. It allows ball to swing also, and it gives time to ball seam from that wicket. So, and that is exactly what the Bangladeshi bowlers did. And this is a pitch where when you want to be a bowler, where you don't have to do anything. You just have to come out and just keep doing the basics of bowling, and that's exactly what Bangladesh bowlers did, and that's the reason why they got success initially.
Well, we know that Klaasen is a great player of spin, but we're also seeing this track assist the spinner.
Yeah, it is. It will assist the spinner. It will spin a bit. It will stop a bit. And there's hardly any pace to play with. And we saw that Klaasen has struggled in IPL wherever ball has stopped a bit or spun a bit. And that's something which Klaasen would be hoping for. Though in 10th over, he did hit those 2 sixes. But, South Africa would be thinking that from here on, if we get around 120, 130, they have that bowling lineup to restrict that. So I think that should be the target. Just because they got a start, just because they have the partnership, they don't have to go really hard. They can go really hard only in last 3 overs or 2 overs maybe.
Yeah, we know what happened yesterday when 119 runs were scored. But for South Africa, they've got David Miller and Klaasen playing right now. So clearly lots for them to do in the coming overs.
Yeah, because after that you don't have much of batting left. Then you go into these all-rounders, and Marco Jansen comes in, Keshav Maharaj comes in, Rabada comes in. So Miller and Klaasen has the responsibility to play till 17th, 18th over, and not to think too much and not to think too high about the target, the 160, 170. Clearly on this pitch, if they get to 160, 170, Bangladesh will have to play twice to get to 180 if they get to reach that. It's that kind of a pitch. But yeah, I mean, they should be targeting around 150, and they have that capability with Miller getting that 50 in last game, and Klaasen has already got the start, so that should be in their mind.
Well, PPpedia Parthiv Patel has said 150 should be what they should be targeting. I'll be very happy because that gets my power play prediction score correct as well. Not power play, the innings prediction score.
I've predicted 138. So, I mean, they should start looking at 148.
148 is perfect.
So that's a bullseye for you.
We all win then. We all want everyone to win. We'll see what South Africa manages and give you all the updates in the mid-match show. Do join us there. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Comm Box.